I'm pretty sure the way live shows are supposed to go is in technical difficulties all the way up to the fucking wire.
I'm pretty sure that that's how they do work.
You're just not aware because you're usually on the other side of the camera.
This is going great. I think it's gonna be fine.
It's all been Grant's fault. It's all Grant's fault 100%. He fucked everything up.
I have to do everything. All you have to do.
I was gonna say it's because Grant takes on all of the responsibility and I have none. So,
are you saying that if you had the responsibility, Mike, I would
fuck this up just as bad?
But you would be on acid, so it'd be way more fun.
I will say that the one thing you needed to do, Rubio, was give me a proper working email address.
And I did. I fucking did, and you can't connect to it.
I mean, this is really Rubio's fault for giving you the responsibility. It's
leadership is supposed to fall on the sword, I believe, if there's a failure among the team. So
radical ownership.
I'm not falling on any swords unless there's lube.
Apparently, people are already very disappointed.
Yeah, they should be. Hey, listeners, welcome to our first proper taste along live show. I'm really excited about this. We've been talking about doing this for a really long time.
Indeed.
And we've only worked on it for like a day.
Also, indeed.
This is true.
Yeah, but I'm super psyched about this. There's going to be opportunities for you guys, actually 4 opportunities for sure. I don't know if we're going to come up with other things later because this is kind of by the seat of our pants. But the one thing that we have in our pockets that we haven't really talked about so much is that for each one of these beers that we taste, you're going to be the third chair. One of you is going to be the third chair. You have to have, however, a decent microphone, a decent, headphone microphones. That's fine too. You've got earbuds with microphone on it. Cool. You have a webcam. 100%. You need both of those things. You also need,
have headphones too.
Yeah. Headphone, microphone thing situation, camera situation. Have that. You also have to send an email to, and this is going to reveal a lot about us right now. Send an email to, what is it, Grant? Pull it up on the screen. themcupod@gmail.com. That's Grant's other podcast.
Ooh, what an awesome podcast that sounds like. You guys should check it out. MCU Pod every Friday night.
In the subject line, just put "pick me."
This is like the worst cross-posting ever.
It's really terrible. I'm sure that he fucking engineered all this so he could get that email address in front of the eyes of our listeners.
But what are they joining us on, Rubio?
Each beer we drink, you will be the third chair, tasting along with us and reviewing the beer.
Right down there, basically.
Yeah, you're going to be a chair higher than Mike immediately.
But I meant more of like what are we drinking on this?
Oh, well, we're drinking this Samuel Adams Gameday beers variety pack.
This guy.
Yeah, he's got graphics ready.
with no technical difficulties there. So good on you, Grant.
Thus far. So yeah, sorry. Get those emails to Grant. He's going to pick at random who is going to get on the camera with us and review these beers with us. So if you don't get your name picked, you might be on another one in the future. We'll do these periodically, but send that email to the mcupod@gmail.com and try one of these game day beers with us. One thing that was really frustrating to me about these beers is that if you look at the neck label on here, some of them have really great descriptions here, like Alpine Lager. It says brisk and smooth, right? And you assume that these beers are going to go to noobs because that's who usually buys these mix packs, right? Cold Snap has something completely different than the other ones, but Boston Lager, distinctively complex and balanced. Golden Ale says crisp and refreshing, right? And those are really good introductions to those beers, but fucking Cold Snap says white ale with spices. As if anybody knows what the fuck that means. As if white ales don't already have spices. These are like your dad is going to buy this and look at the neck and go, oh yeah, this is crisp and refreshing. I'll try that. and then he's gonna pick up white ale with spices, and it's gonna make him sad. It's the designer, like whoever fucking came up with this shit didn't look at the details, and it pisses me off.
Well, we're already getting people that we're reaching out.
Oh yeah,
eager to join us on this. So
They all want to be on the MCU pod.
yeah. If you start up your camera and you're accidentally on a fucking nerd show, don't blame me.
What do you think this is? You think we're the cool guys right now?
We are absolutely the cool guys. By the way, I'm John Rubio. With me, I have
Grant Davis.
and also
Mike Lambert.
I bought Mike a light because there were no lights. He had a torch, which is why shit's so dark usually when you see him in pictures. But I bought him a light, and he looks way more vibrant.
Yeah, so once again, if you want to shoot us an email to try and join the pod, the MCU pod at gmail.com. It's a lovely podcast, MCU pod. You can go to
For
YouTube
fuck's sake.
and just type in MCU pod. Go open another tab, type in MCU pod. Just go and hit that subscribe button on there.
We're having technical difficulties. I need to put this email up.
There's no other choice, Rubio.
It has to be this way. Hey, are you guys ready? Do we have a guy, a person, male, female, in between, whatever, right? Waiting.
No one's joined the waiting room yet, but I've sent out invites.
Okay. Well, check out your fucking email things.
I imagine people, I sent them a list of instructions, so they got to read through that. They have to make sure they're set up with everything.
Okay.
So I would say this is the part where we vamp, and we very much point out to Steve Papalardo that it does not say CUM pod. Steve, it does not.
Oh, dude, can we start a show
That's
called
my podcast.
Can we start a show with Mike as the host called Cum Pod?
Should we?
And we actually have a pod, like a physical pod we sit in.
Yeah,
I was going to say it was one that I take out, but well,
we do have our first guest joining us.
Okay, who is it?
It's Jason.
Jason.
Hey
guys.
How you doing?
What's up?
Hey,
Mute
mute
us.
your stream. If you have the YouTube open, mute that.
It is gone.
Okay, beautiful. Just pay attention to this StreamYard, you silky bitch. How are you?
Great, man. I'm psyched. I'm the first one.
Yeah, dude.
This is
You have
great.
these beers?
Yes, I have all four. I'm ready to go.
Okay, we are actually going to start with, and we're going to get right into it, Samuel Adams Golden Ale. This is a 5% ABV golden ale packaged in a 12-ounce bottle. The enjoy by date is before August of 2021. This bright golden ale drinks like a perfect crisp day. The upfront citrus aroma is complemented with a subtle spicy sweetness. Isn't it supposed to be complemented by, not with? Sam Adams, they have unlimited resources and they can't even... Creating a well-rounded all-day drinking beer. Crack another and soak in the moment.
I'm not going to correct that grammar.
And you know what? This beer was the only one on their website that had no information. All the other beers have their own little pages for this mix pack. This one just had a front page and no other, like, hey, here's what it pairs with. The rest of them got like full meal pairing notes and shit.
I know that we poured this beer.
Yes.
And we're about to review it. But Jason, introduce yourself. Where are you from? How do you know the pod?
So, yeah, I'm Jason Edson. I'm from Western Mass. I've actually been a patron for a couple years now.
Hell yeah.
I met you guys in Austin almost 2 years ago, well before the pandemic. So I was planning on coming back last year, but that never happened. So maybe next year I can fly back down.
That'd be nice. We'd love to have you again.
You're getting a lot of love in the comments.
Good for the Boston hat. Yep. I had to wear this one. It was this or the Patriots. So I figured this would, at least not get violence.
Least controversial. Yeah.
Yeah. It's either one of those or the pre-release Cum Pod caps that he bought.
Yeah, I got like 4 shipped to my house. That was weird. So
pre-release.
Yeah. I think that you hit the button with each stroke, and it was it was supposed to be one, but
that was worth it.
Hey, so this golden ale Sam Adams. Looks pretty fucking beautiful. It's a bright golden color, clear. And it did have some head when we just poured it, but all of it seems to have gone away.
Mine's still sticking around just a little bit, but smells really good.
Mm-hmm.
Baked pear, a little bit of apples, bread.
Pretty strong on like a crackery grassiness too.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Jason?
I got a lot of pear.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these golden ales, that's all I ever smell with a lot of them. But I got tons of pear.
There's a really, really great almost herbal grassiness though with that pear. And so it's not just like a straight juicy fruit aroma. There's also something there keeping it anchored to beer, keeping it a little bit herbal.
Would also like to I saw that Nick just said his beer exploded all over the desk. Got to be careful when drinking around a bunch of equipment.
Yeah. And also try not to open the bottle with the back of your throat, dude.
No, that's actually pretty impressive. You should keep doing
Yeah,
that.
you should definitely try that. Getting a tea-like aroma out of it as well.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that as you were saying that, I was tasting it, and I did get a little bit of like a bergamot tea flavor there.
And my first sip, I almost thought it was going to be astringent, and then it just wasn't.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it might be a little bit toward the end, but it doesn't really come off as astringent as you're expecting when you smell it.
Oh, I forgot. I had a graphic. I'm very excited about the graphic I pulled up for this.
Yeah.
That's very well timed. Thank you.
This was the only information that they had on there on their site.
Screenshots from the website, the podcast. You know what's really satisfying about this beer is that it isn't drinking quite as sweet, again, as the aroma is leading you to think it is. It feels like it's going to be sweet, a little bit astringent and grassy, and much fruitier than it turns out to be, because it's quite a bit more bitter than I was expecting.
It's certainly more dry.
Yeah, there isn't a whole lot of a sweetness here.
I was going to say dry. I really agree with you.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, for a golden ale, it's actually pretty crisp and refreshing. This isn't a style of beer that I ever go to quench myself or quench my thirst, you know? But this one seems to be doing that.
It's like a little bit of mustiness on the back end that, I don't know. It's not necessarily the most pleasant. It reminds me of like a stale wine or something. I don't know. It's okay.
This is still much cleaner than I expected it to be.
I'm sorry. I got lost in reading comments. Cyrus Lemond or Lemond. I don't know. Maybe he got lemoned. Mine just exploded all over my desk is the slogan for the cum pod.
I mean, at a certain point, it seems like we're just leaving money on the table if we don't start this podcast.
I know. It has to be. What is
leaving
it? I hope
on the table.
It isn't a tasting show, is it?
Why? I don't see why not. Why couldn't it be?
I don't think I'll be emailing Pick Me to that one.
Coward.
As long as you're still a patron, sir.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. But, you know, I don't like golden ales normally. And especially like American golden ales. They tend to be just a little bit, I don't know, pedestrian, but also kind of annoying with the flavors they go with. And I'm digging this. This is pretty good. You know, it's one of those beers that Sam Adams is well known for being boring for, but also just really fucking solid for, you know? I don't know. They make the beers that I assume that if my dad were in a craft beer in the 80s, he'd drink, you know, but they've been doing it since then. So they just fucking nail it.
If I want simplicity, a lot of times I'll go for a golden ale, and I think this hits that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it works really well.
People seem to be digging it in the comments.
Yeah, I'm really glad. Everybody else, whoever's drinking this, let me know how you feel about this beer.
Yeah, you're allowed to comment. We have live comments here, and if we don't like them, we ignore them.
Chris DeMazzo says needs more hops to balance the malt. And you know, I think it could use a little bit more hop flavor. I think it's great on the bitterness.
What would you guys recommend food pairing wise with this? We're in some shout outs to pizza. Rebecca Robertson said had some pizza with us last night and it was awesome. It was
badass,
technically.
Wings.
How about you? What do you think, Jason? What would you pair this with?
Pizza and wings, something simple. Not really, we're not going for a lot with this one, but it's something like that, or a hot day, something off the grill.
I want some waffles.
I could see that being really tasty.
Just like some soggy waffles.
It's getting worse now.
you ever take an Eggo waffle and you don't want to deal with the time it takes in the toaster, so you just throw that bad boy right in the microwave for about like 20 seconds, and it's got a little bit of frozen cube still on it, but it's just soft and got that warmness on the edges. Yeah,
I can't say I ever have.
Well, you're an elitist. So.
I've really hated myself, but I don't know about that much.
I have put one on a griddle before.
Okay. Yeah.
And that works. You can make a fucking Eggo waffle on a griddle.
That sounds much fancier.
Yeah. Even though a griddle is just a hot, flat surface, and you're talking about a microwave. Like that has a mic. What is it? A Megatron in there?
I remember in college I used to have one of those George Foremans, and
The person or the grill?
Jesus,
You were one of those white people. I don't know.
Oh man, Peter said that was one of the saddest things I've ever said. Anyway, I just remember how filthy those George Foreman grills were, or at least at my house. Like, we were in college, so it would just like let the grease drip, and then it would fill in the tray, and then it just like pour down and pour back behind the stove, and then suddenly you're just like weeks later walking through like inches of like grease from all the hamburgers you've been cooking, and you still haven't had time to clean.
I just love the fact that each one of these little stories you're telling, the further in that story you get, the more Jason shakes his head.
It gets worse and worse every time.
It's just fucking terrible. He just keeps on like, no.
For weeks and weeks at a time, as the grease is just accumulating, and you don't have time to clean.
What are you supposed
Not
to
in
do?
all that time. Yeah. This is.
There's a tray, you put it in the glass jar, and you set it by the stove, right? It's where all the grease goes.
All the grease goes to the hips, sir.
It always smelled good though.
No.
No, not that either.
No, especially if it's just been sitting there in grease for fucking weeks.
Sean Pointer says, didn't wash your legs after walking through that grease, did you? Which I gotta point out. Rubio was trying to make me an email address, which is, why we have. You can email us at the mcupod@gmail.com if you want to try and join the show. But he made a password for me that was like dirty ass legs or some shit.
Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't shame me. I'm never gonna wash these. So
yeah, we know this. Look at Jason with his fucking
yeah. My plans changed. I don't think I can make it to Austin. I don't know.
He's like, I'm having technical difficulties now.
You signed up for.
Yeah,
I did. This is an honor. It's really cool to be here,
Jason.
Yeah,
and it's your first time, and you're already like in the third chair. Like, this is amazing.
This is great.
It's not a very high achievement.
No, it's actually the easiest thing. You're automatically third chair as soon as you come into the room.
I'm going to make myself a plaque. It's just going to say one-time third chair.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I don't know where. Oh, hold on.
Rubio's about to send you a t-shirt.
Yes.
Beerists third chair.
You could get one of these plaques that,
you could be a pope.
A pope?
Yeah. Well, you can't get that plaque,
No.
I guess, because I just wanted to remind people I'm a pope.
Wow.
There's an interesting question in the chat that Vitamin Devil G. It's
This one right here?
Yeah, don't know if you guys are watching the chat, but out of all of the best of the Beerists, is there any one that is like the best of the best? I don't know that we could make that call. That's a really tough one.
No, but I tell you what, that fucking Solera from New Holland, that knocked my socks off, dude.
That was really good.
I only voted that because of guilt.
I went to 4 stores in my area, couldn't find them. I've got 3 people looking for them for me.
It's
I could not
really
find
good.
it.
Yeah, it's super good. And it's good in a similar way to this beer. And it's very unassuming, just does its job, but does it really fucking well.
You know what? I honestly can't even think of a single beer that we put on our best of the Beerists. My mind is blank.
Well, you guys have mentioned before that they're all just such a wide variety of beers that it's really hard to compare them to each other. So that makes it almost impossible to have a beer of the beers.
Yeah, it's also depending on your mood and on your personal palate and on what you feel like having that day, you know.
I mean, what's the best beer you've ever had? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
but you know, it's also a very fluid thing. Like I was talking to somebody earlier in the week and somebody said, oh man, this is a really, really great sandwich or whatever the fuck it was. Like, this is a perfect sandwich. And we got to talking like what actually makes a perfect sandwich, because everybody's going to have that different platonic ideal that they're going to judge it off of, right? And if one of these days you get an amazing, I don't know, taco and pronounce it the best sandwich, I don't know if there many people are going to agree with you, because a taco doesn't really equal sandwich to a bunch of other people, right? I mean, you're at that point just classifying something different to fill all the voids you were missing from this other fucking thing. So yeah, it's just really hard to say what the favorite thing is forever. A good, the world's best taco isn't going to be a good sandwich. Put that on a hat.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. It is very much of the moment. But that said, I still think that shit. Now I can't remember the name of the beer.
Which one?
Brain, it doesn't work.
It's that memorable.
No,
are you talking about the New Holland Solera?
Right. I mean, I think some of the beers you kind of get caught up in the moment and you think, wow, this is fantastic. Or it's really kind of it's circumstantial to who you're drinking with, which is why I usually don't like most of the beers I'm drinking with you guys, because it's you guys.
Hey, really quick, Grant, before we close this one out, I want you to look at Sean Pointer's question. 928.
Right here.
Yes.
Jason,
Worcester.
how do you...
Say it, come again.
I live 45 minutes from Worcester.
Fuck you, pieces of shit.
Rubio had it right the entire time.
Every single time.
Every single time. It's Worcester.
Okay, interesting.
you know, RCE. Ooh.
Like, I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm saying that's how it's pronounced.
Can you pronounce this word?
Rooster.
You're wrong. This is Rochester. It's another place in New York called Rochester.
I've lived in Rochester.
I feel it. So.
Oh fuck
shit.
Yeah, here comes Rochester. Jason, thank you so much for joining us for this first beer. It's good to see you again.
Rubio, Grant, Mike, it's an honor to be on here. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot.
It was an honor to share this screen with you. Now kick him the fuck out, Grant.
And I'm out.
Bye. Boom.
LOL.
Oh my gosh,
holy
too much face.
This is gross.
Face.
I don't like that.
Too much face.
Hey, why don't we get our next person? Do you have another person lined up?
Next person in order that joined is Allison.
Holy shit, Allison!
Hi guys.
How are you?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Hey, it's been a hot minute.
Holy shit, it's great to see you.
It's so good to see you guys.
You have to mute us on the YouTube one.
Yes.
You guys need to turn that off back there. Sorry,
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, come and watch it behind her.
There's
Smash the like button.
there's roommates back there.
These motherfuckers.
Hi, roommates.
We're gonna drink another beer. Why don't you introduce yourselves to everybody?
Hi, everybody. I'm Allison. I also like to drink beer, and I got the pleasure of meeting these guys along with this guy once upon a
Conrad
time.
in the back.
Yeah, Conrad and Allison. We've mentioned you guys several times on the show, and I'm really happy to see you guys again.
Yeah, I'm stoked to see you guys. I hope you like the book.
Fuck yeah, I like the book. She fucking just sent me a book randomly, and I'm super psyched to read it. Haven't gotten the chance to, but might start this week.
Also, nice digs
Harry
behind
Potter?
you.
Was
Thanks,
the book
yeah.
Harry Potter?
No, the book isn't Harry Potter.
You sure?
No, drink better beer.
Yeah.
That's what the book is called. And Mike, I met your doppelganger. Well, I didn't meet him. I saw him and it freaked me out. I was like, did Mike move to Chicago and start working at Cooper's Hawk? Did he just like change it up?
There's more of me out there. I know this.
Little secret. Mike has a doppelganger in every bar in every city.
They all have herpes. It's great.
It's the
That's their common bond that links them to.
At least you wash their legs. It's fine.
we all reproduce through a cum pod. So
And every time they squat, they drop spores. Hey, we ready for this beer? You guys ready for Sam Adams Boston Lager?
Boy, are we? Check that out.
Yes, that's a can. Sam Adams Boston Lager's 5% ABV, packaged in a 12-ounce bottle. This one, enjoy before dates June 2021, and the description. Oh, actually, the malts in here are Sam Adams malted. They're 2-row pale malt blend in caramel 60. The hops in here, Hallertau, Middlefra, and Tettenanger. What's really funny is that each one of these beers that we're having is pretty much one or the other of these hops or both of these hops. It's great. They're using pretty much exclusively German hops in all of these beers. The description says 4 ingredients painstakingly chosen. Every year we travel to Bavaria to hand select Hallertau, Middlefra hops and the high American plains for the finest 2-row summer barley. We cultivate our own lager yeast, and I personally sample every batch. That's me talking, not Jim Cook of Sam Adams. All of our hard work goes into brewing this distinctly flavorful and complex beer for you. Cheers. And they have a bunch of pairings here. Small plates pairings, blue cheese, black bean soup, bruschetta, and Cobb salad. The entrees, burgers, roasted or fried chicken, whatever, and burritos. And the desserts, dark chocolate and caramel cupcakes, toffee cheesecake. All sounds great.
I would say that this is one of my favorite, most widely available beers.
It always does the job.
Mm-hmm.
I think that black bean soup isn't a thing. It's just like either it's black bean like puree, it's like basically refried beans, or it's the flip side where you're basically just getting like a bunch of water with some black beans in there. It's just don't.
I'm so glad that we have a Grant who can denounce a whole entire category of food.
I can do more than that.
Yeah. The whole categories of people,
Anyway, this beer is a beautiful copper color. I mean, it looks darker on the camera, but when you hold it up to the light, it's this rich orange pumpkin copper color.
It smells really nice.
Everyone is agreeing with me about black bean soup, by the way. That's the only comment I'm going to bring up, but everyone's agreeing.
Sure.
So lagers for me, I always feel like give me a little bit of apple juice, and like in a good way, not in a nasty kind of way.
Yeah, sometimes. I think it depends on the actual yeast and where it's coming from, but I certainly get that here. There's like an appley, almost gourdy toasted bread.
Yes.
There's a light nuttiness that's going on here, a little grassiness.
I already started drinking. I forgot we were supposed to. So I'll just let you guys do that.
You're on this show every week. I heard somebody say sourdough in the back.
Conrad said sourdough from across the room. Our friend just baked us some sourdough, and it tastes or smells just like that smells.
Hell yeah.
Nate's on to something. I don't know how he knows this. He knows what my
Drink more water.
Every day before bed, Grant
Nate, drink
punches
more
him.
water. Please stop drinking my piss.
Grant punches his own kidneys before he goes to bed.
It's like those guys that ram those big poles into their dick for martial arts training. Basically the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think they do that for martial. They say they're doing it for martial arts training, but I trained in martial arts and I never did that. There's something else in there they're doing it for. This is actually quite nice.
Mm-hmm. Very clean.
It's got a heavier mouthfeel than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
But it's also really zippy, and it has a really nice snap at the end with those German noble hops.
It cleans up after itself.
Mm-hmm. It's also more bitter than I remember it being.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled out the old Beerists logo glass to
hell yeah
to join.
It's the same one I'm using right now.
No man, I'm
repping genocide over here, I guess.
Oh, you got that new Belgium Globe glass.
They make really good glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Ranger font? Is that what we're seeing here?
I don't remember.
It's Ranger typeface, yeah.
Congratulations. What do you think about this beer, Grant?
I love this beer. This is one of those beers that if you're just hitting up any bar, you can always reliably pick up a Boston Lager and throw it back. You remember when people used to go to bars?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if that was the case, you could just grab one of these. It's a fantastic beer to just toss back.
Yeah, it seemed like every dive bar either had this or Sierra Nevada Pale.
Both of those things are really good ways to tell whether or not they actually clean their beer lines. If this beer tasted like shit, it was either old or they just didn't clean their lines.
That's gross, and now I know.
Yeah, super accurate.
And you could also tell if they weren't cleaning their beer lines if they had a couple inches of grease just on the floor from the George Foreman. Always
some of that toastiness, that toasted gordiness is coming out in that flavor too. It feels a little campfire sitting-esque.
A little bit, yeah. What I think is cool about this is that it's really bringing to mind what it smells like in my house when I'm roasting pumpkin seeds. I don't know if that really is translating one-to-one in the flavor, but there's something in there that's reminding me of that. And also the fact that this is bitter like an orange peel or bitter like a kumquat, but it's not really citrusy. It's more that floral, almost pine coney grassiness that you get from noble hops.
I was about to say that I'm getting something a little woody, like cedar or something like that too.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Rotting citrus, says Nick Cortez. Yeah, there's something about how like orange peels tend to start oxidizing and drying out, or when the citrus just starts to turn, I guess, and gets more oily and oxidized. And I think there is something to that there. And I get that in some beers pretty often. It used to be like even more often back when people were brewing it almost exclusively with C hops, but I do see what you're saying.
Nate says there's a buttery texture, which pulls out the savory note for him.
Interesting.
Which Steve says, don't say butter around Mike and I.
No.
Yeah. That's basically Beetlejuice for us. Just don't do it.
But as far as like
we're gonna come into your house and I don't know what we're gonna do. Rub butter on your body.
Yeah. Hey, Allison, have you heard Cum Pod yet?
Yeah, I was gonna say next week on Cum Pod.
I've been meaning to check it out. I hear Grant's on it.
He's on it. Like he's really on it. I think this is really good. I again am kind of surprised at how bitter it is. It sort of reminds me of when you get one of those bacterial rinded cheeses and stuff, like a Humboldt Fog or something like that has that sharply bitter rind that's almost a little bit too much. And I'm not saying that about this beer isn't almost too much, but it has a similar edge to it, you know, especially if you're not expecting it. Like I kind of wasn't.
Oh my gosh. Victor Lugo says it has a meeting in the meadow kind of taste with an aftertaste of a river rock just pulled out of the water. That sounds very familiar.
Those are some deep cuts.
I think Victor Lugo's Anastasia.
We now know.
Mm-hmm.
That's her pseudonym. Gotcha.
So you are still in Chicago, or is it Chicago proper or somewhere around Chicago, Allison?
Chicago proper.
Nice.
Are you close to that metal bean thing?
No, like 3.5 miles, I guess. So kind of close, not too close.
It's not really Chicago then.
I look out my window at the Sears Tower. It's like right there.
I've never been to Chicago. I have no idea. My only frame of reference is Ferris Bueller, I guess. So
yeah, never listen to Grant about anything. He's terrible.
Listen to me about beer. You should listen to the Beerists. I'm on that. Or MCU pod. Hey, I would just like to point out that
fucking Christ.
MCU pod, just go ahead and subscribe to the MCU pod Friday nights. We're talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
This is insufferable. Oh, by the way, if you're listening to this on the feed, like after this is done, and you're actually listening to a podcast and you hear this and you're like, what the fuck are they even talking about? It's because it's video. Go check it out on our YouTube page. The YouTube page is what is it? The Beerists podcast, I think, is our channel.
It is.
Yeah.
You should subscribe to that as well.
Do it, yeah.
We've been doing more videos lately, so
trying to. Especially, I think we've been doing a lot of video minis, and people who are on Patreon have been watching those, and some of them are telling me, "Oh, you got to put up the audio also." But you know, I'm just probably going to keep it a video.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big baller move there.
Yeah, super big ballers.
That's weird.
Dang.
You guys do need a girl in the room. I think you guys are getting too far off now.
Agreed.
I can't wait to have a different voice in this room. A voice that isn't just one of us with our stupid slow talking.
It's inebriated talking, I think. That's why I always listen to the podcast at like a speed and a half whenever I just need to hear my voice again, because I sound great at a speed and a half. When I'm just listening to this at normal speed, hey, do not listen to me at normal speed, guys, because I realize I talk like this.
You know, if you listen to us at about half speed, everybody else sounds like Grant does at full speed. Grant sounds like a puddle of shit that is just starting to learn how to talk.
Sentient shit.
Barely sentient, though.
But still, I mean, that's evolution, baby.
Hey, Allison.
Really not.
It was so good to see you.
Pleasure,
I can't wait
guys.
to hang out with you guys again.
We love you. We miss you.
Can't wait to see you guys again. I hope it's soon.
I know. Both Allison and Conrad were two of our cuddliest listeners, and we were just, hey, what's up, Conrad? And we were pretty much just constantly cuddling with both of them, and it was a joy.
Cuddling? What?
Yeah.
What happened when I left the tasting?
We would cuddle harder.
Oh boy.
It was just a really nice little cuddle pile.
Grant, you really missed out.
I know.
Oh.
He's over there just fucking fuming about being a dad. We're
This
just
is why I
cuddling.
don't wash my legs so people don't cuddle me. It's a defense mechanism.
You wash your upper body, so we could just like hang the legs off into a stream while we're cuddling with the upper half of you.
I will be screaming.
but you'll kill a whole lot of slugs, and that's good. Allison, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Gone.
Hey, you guys want to take a break so you can berate us about the things that we should or shouldn't be saying?
Are we gonna take? I don't think we should. We take a break?
No, I was just kidding.
Oh, good. Let's move on. Let's move directly on to the next thing. And the next person, who is Erica. Holy shit, we've met all these motherfuckers. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. It's so good to see you.
Yes. I'm very excited you decided to do this. This is a great idea.
Hell yeah. And you know what's really funny is that most recently, I think the most recent person that asked us to do this was Andy Richter, one of our fucking longtime listeners. And he posted up on the fucking on the Patreon saying, I've been to like 10 different stores and nobody had the mix pack.
Yeah. No, I couldn't find it in Cleveland either. They had like a new one out, but I managed to get everything but the golden ale.
Okay.
In 6-pack, so that was easy.
They had a new one out already.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's crazy.
I don't know. I think it's like summer now. Everything's out too soon.
Yeah. It was funny because like when I announced this had only been out for like, I think this got released in mid-January and or early January, something like that. But it had only been out for a little while here, and I guess they're just moving real fucking fast.
Yeah. Everyone's just ready for summer, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Erica, where are you from?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. All right, Drew Carey. I know about that.
Sure.
Do you live close to Drew?
Into TV show.
That's all they're known for. Is
we're best friends. Yeah, I see him all the time. We like just go and hang out. It's two people who live in Cleveland. So
he's so grounded, just like that.
He's trying to connect with you through Drew Carey.
I wanted to make a quick announcement that we have filled all 4 slots. So please, you can stop emailing me.
This is the best part now, guys. Now you just keep emailing him.
Apologies if you didn't get picked this time, but maybe in the future we'll try this again. And
maybe we'll have a little rapid fire Q&A at the end or something. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Think of some questions.
Oh my God.
And keep emailing Grant. Really, that's the only reason.
don't add
curve. You said that Grant's face was great.
Yeah. And if you want to be on the next one, just email Grant. Even after the stream's over.
But if you're going to email me, just remember it's the mcupod@gmail.com, which is also related to my MCU Pod podcast, where we talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
The email is themcupod@gmail.com. Themcupod. Hey, you ready for this next beer? We're doing Sam Adams Cold Snap. I didn't even let you answer.
Yes.
Oh.
This is 5.3% ABV. There's a graphic for this, I think. It's packaged in a 12-ounce bottle. Enjoy before June of 2021. The malt in here is Sam Adams 2-row pale malt blend and malted wheat. The hops are Hallertau Mittelfrüh. And the description says, at this time of year, there's nothing like this unfiltered white ale with its exotic blend of 10 fruits. 10 fruits? What the 10 fruits, spices, and florals. Bright orange with notes and a touch of vanilla. Bright orange with notes and a touch of vanilla adds smooth, subtle sweetness, creating a refreshing flavor that signals spring is on the way. The 10 fruits, what is it? Fruits, vegetables, cakes,
just like 10
spices,
total
and
oranges. Florals? That's it.
What?
Just 10 total oranges. That's all they threw in there.
No. They have orange zest, vanilla, lemon zest, coriander, rose hips, hibiscus, powdered plum, grains of paradise, anise, and tamarind. 10 things in there.
It was everything that they had left over that they just needed to get out of their warehouse.
Exactly. That's all they did.
Are vanilla and rose hips fruit?
Motherfucker, it says fruit, spices, and florals. So it's probably a spice or a floral.
All right. Fair enough.
This thing pairs with small plates, empanadas. That's how you say it. Salads, mussels, or entrees, sushi, curry dishes, grilled chicken, desserts, spice cakes with ice cream. Don't forget the ice cream. And cookies.
And dulce de leche.
No, that's not a thing, you piece of shit. I heard somebody else say it recently, and it pissed me off.
What are you getting upset about, Rubio? That's our words now.
I hate your words. Your words hold me down.
Man, the aroma, I'm struggling to get past it. It's a bit hazy if you get the particulate matter from the bottom of the bottle.
Mike, you didn't tell me to agitate.
I didn't think to do it, but I poured the first half into this glass, and it's decidedly less cloudy than this one. But
that's like fruity pebbles.
That's a good way to put it. It is very candied orange like in its aroma. There's a lot of weird perfumey kind of spices to it. I feel like the vanilla makes it very cloyingly sweet on the aroma. I'm worried about how it's going to taste just based on the way it smells. I normally like wit beers and white ales, but it just smells like there's so much going on, and with it's kind of a turnoff.
Steve Popularity says it smells like Shock Top. Oh, if anything, this is that Leinenkugel one, right? The one that also smells like Fruity Pebbles.
You know, has everybody taken a sip of this yet?
No, I was still smelling.
Go in and try it.
Eric, kick things off. What does this taste like?
It definitely doesn't come off as aggressive in the flavor as the aroma does.
Right.
There's a lot more florals in the aroma that I'm not getting as much in the flavor, which I appreciate because, like you were saying, it was kind of aggressive in that aroma.
Ooh, Chris DeMazzo says this is a creamsicle. I'm getting creamsicle. I think that's a good call.
I think that your call, Grant, of the Leinenkugel, I think it's the Berry Weiss.
The Summer Shandy, maybe? No.
It's that one that tastes like it's the one that tastes like Fruity Pebbles. I get a lot of that here.
Something like that.
Yep.
I think they all taste like different parts of the Fruity Pebbles experience.
Yeah.
A couple people are getting anise, or is it anise? Licorice.
Fennel.
Yes.
Oh, Summer Shandy. That's got to be it, right?
Yeah, this is really weird. It feels like somebody took like one of those Leinenkugels, ran it through a used spice bag that I made my herbal tea in, and put it into a white ale in a weird way. I'm not sure, man. It's kind of tough because it's not exactly what I expect from a wit beer, but it's also not any of those other things that we've mentioned 100%. It feels like a mix or a blend of something.
I was expecting to hate it a lot more than I do. It's not nearly as sweet as the aroma implied it would be. I'm glad that it's still finished fairly dry. I think that it is kind of a weird cavalcade of spices, and that's probably most of the turnoff of the drinking experience for me.
Amanda Thompson has it in the comments. It
Sunset Wheat.
Sunset Wheat. That was the name of the Leinenkugel that this reminds me of.
Yeah, I think you nailed it.
I think you could also use a little bit more carbonation just to lighten up the experience a little bit, which I think would go better with some of the flavors that are going on.
Yeah, it sure is purging all of its carbonation rather quickly.
Yeah.
I wish it didn't have any vanilla.
Right. Well, this also doesn't feel like it's put together as well as the other beers.
Man, I tell you what, though. If they had done what all the other shitty breweries do and just blatantly stole the Fruity Pebbles label and like put it over top of here, this would be selling like Fruity Pebbles hot cakes, and people would just be like, oh, they nailed it on the flavor.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Too classy, and they're probably too big to get. They'd get sued. They probably have lawyers.
Yeah, they probably do. I'm kind of struggling with this one. Huh?
I like it, like as a breakfast beer. I just ordered like 2 more boxes this morning of Fruity Pebbles because I'm a kid. I would like to say I have kids and that I got it for them, but I didn't get it for them. I got it for me.
Cool, man.
That's a good story.
I'm excited for you. I don't know. This beer is really fucking weird. It's almost like a crappy wit beer with, I don't know, with the middle scooped out of it, the part that's supposed to be luscious and herbal and spicy and orangey. Like that part is kind of just cored out and replaced by a little bit of like a fruity pebble tea situation. I don't know.
I mean, I think the yeast is really important in a wit beer, and it can kind of use that Belgian yeast characteristic, which it doesn't have.
I think that's kind of what it's missing. Like the biggest part of what it's missing is that beautiful, fluffy mouthfeel that you get from that, you know, from a wit beer, the wonderful yeastiness of that. The vanilla throws it almost into a shake territory, says Justin Winchell. Yeah.
You're not wrong.
What a weird one, man. There's almost also a little bit of like a chamomile lemon situation.
Waffle with this beer.
Thanks, Joe. Maybe.
But like chamomile lemon, like if you had a chamomile lemon tea and like you let it sit around and then you like squeeze the tea bag really hard.
Yeah, so and instead of a tea bag, it was in like a theme paper envelope, you know. I don't know. There's something kind of wood pulpy paper about this too.
Do y'all think that we have this beer too warm now? I mean, we've been going for about an hour now. I imagine most people pulled their beers out and they've been able to warm up a little. And this is called Cold Snap. Maybe this one would have been better if it was actually really cold.
I don't think it would be better. I think the flaws are deeper than temperature in this one.
Agreed.
I don't necessarily owe it to Sam Adams to try and like apologize for their beer here anyway, or excuse it. Y'all have money.
It's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
Well, Erica, this is your beer, so.
It's my fault. I'm so sorry.
Fucking hell, Erica. Next time, pick a different beer.
Darn it.
What the fuck?
I'm so sorry.
Erica, aside from soggy waffles, what would you pair with this to try and save this beer? Can anything?
A not soggy waffle.
It's a crisp one.
Yeah.
Griddled. I don't know, because they recommend curry dishes. I was like,
not curry dishes.
No.
Maybe like French fries with like a garlic aioli, like something like fatty and rich that you just need that like super flavor to cut through.
I like that.
I was almost thinking like
push the beer aside and just have aioli fries.
I would just eat that by itself.
Yeah.
I think this would be kind of good with like a lamb gyro with some tzatziki sauce and nice fresh chopped cucumbers. I don't even fucking know, man. Maybe, like I'm saying that, but I just can't get excited about that either while I'm drinking this beer.
Papalardo's got it. Jack in the Box tacos.
Banned from the show.
It has been a while, but I probably mentioned this on the show. I have a Whataburger that is right across the street. I can look out my front window and I can see it across the street. But I don't know if I bragged about this. On the other corner, like down the block.
Well, you're about to you're literally about to dox yourself.
Maybe. I mean, sure, come find me. But there is a Jack in the Box on the other corner.
Oh, there it is.
It is dangerous. Yeah, they're gonna type in.
Yeah, the one near Glencrest.
Find like nice about to dox me.
You're being triangulated as we speak.
Yeah, they're done. All they have to do is look at the Google satellite for somebody who's got a fucking swimming pool in the front yard.
Oh, no. There's lots of us in the neighborhood. It's very trendy.
Erica, what's new with you? Anything kind of cool happening, or is it all tragedy?
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly tragic. I'm vaccinated, so that's good.
Fuck yes!
Nice. There you go.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Yay. That's the best news.
That's my best news too. Like it's my best news too because it's been everything's been tragedy.
Yeah. With light at
Hey,
the end of the tunnel.
and she's friends with Drew Carey. So
yes, yeah. Like, well, he and I got vaccinated together. Like, we went and he vaccinated me, and then I vaccinated him. It was great.
Were you guys kissing when it happened?
Why not?
Fuck yeah!
Ryan Stiles was there doing wacky improv in the background.
He was making the sound effects.
How fucking amazing would it be if Drew everywhere Drew Carey went, Ryan Stiles just followed him?
I thought it was in his contract.
Faces. What about like 20 feet back? So it's like this kind of stalkery thing?
Yes. And Colin Mockery is just making like noises. It's great.
See, she confirmed all of it. She does know Drew Carey.
And confirm.
It's so good to see you.
For all the weirdos you could have in the city, that's pretty delightful.
I need to make it back down to Austin.
I'm talking about you, Erica. You're delightful.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, no, yes.
Yeah. He's still talking. He's still talking, and we're like, oh, it's so good to see you. Oh my god, and we're just fucking.
No, but there's so like since I was last in Austin, there's been so many good breweries that have opened up, and I need to make it back down there to check them out again.
Absolutely.
It's always a good scene. So.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know when you're going to do that. We'd be jazzed to hang out with you again.
Yeah. And if you want to hang out with Drew Carey and I, just let me know.
Oh, bring Colin Mockery. Just bring Colin Mockery. Yeah. We miss you. Thank you so much for joining us, Erica.
Thank you. Love you. Have a good one.
Oh, love Erica. Get the fuck out of here.
Boom.
That's so weird. It does that.
No, well, I changed the dimensions because then it goes a little bit more widescreen when there's 4 of us.
No, that's fine. Who's going to be our final victim for third chairism?
It's Andrew.
Andrew.
Hey.
Holy shit, Andrew.
Andrew, what's going on?
Not too much. How are you?
Okay, good. No echo.
Have we met you?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, that guy doesn't look familiar at all. Yay. He's too attractive to be one of our listeners.
Yeah, I'm probably listening now for about a year.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right on.
How does that feel?
Like it's a year that he wants back.
It gives me something to look forward to every week. So
I'm curious, when you started listening to us, did you just jump in on whatever was the newest episode, or did you like listen back through the tragedy of the old episode?
I started when you were doing your minis.
Okay.
Yeah, I think one of the first ones I listened to was the beer fridge.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Okay.
Yeah, that was one of the first one. Then I think the last one I listened to, I went back and listened to the Colt 45 episode.
Oh shit.
Oh jeez.
Which was just
oh man, that was a nightmare to record. Any of the weird stunt episodes where we're gonna go through all these fucking malt liquors, or let's drink through every single Mexican import lager we can find in one episode. We felt like shit right after, man.
I bet.
It felt gross.
Yeah.
Like when Anastasia was on the show, and after that Mexican show, remember that, Grant? Her fucking face was all swollen. She's like, hey, I don't feel very good.
It's like you don't look good.
Yeah, we just give her an epi shot. She was fine.
An epi shot. Are you guys ready for this next beer?
Andrew, wait, where are you from?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I am from New Jersey, but right now I'm in Florida. So
Florida.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's why he was hesitant. He was like, I'm New Jersey.
Yeah.
Florida.
Mike, which one are you more sorry for?
It seems like a sideways move.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've been listening to us for basically the entire extent of the pandemic, so
Yeah.
that's probably a different flavor of the beer.
Hey, we're drinking Sam Adams Alpine Lager. This is 5% ABV. I've never had this one before. Packaged in a 12-ounce bottle. Enjoyed by July 2021. The malt in here is their 2-row pale malt blend, honey malt and wheat malt, and the hops are Tettnang and Mandarina. Hazy and golden, this unfiltered lager is a breath of fresh air. The crisp maltiness and lively citrus notes transport you to brisk sunny days out in the mountains, or New Jersey, Florida. The pairings in here.
Nick Cortez says 87 people watching, but only 28 likes. Is that a call to action? Hit that like button.
I think he's just putting us in our place, the motherfucker.
Is he humbling us or trying to get rally people?
Hey, the pairings are spinach and artichoke dip, crab cakes, and chicken wings. For entrees, burgers, blackened fish, and breaded chicken. Desserts, fruit pies, chocolate cake, and strudel.
I feel like they were just making up random fucking words. It's like how I do Mad Libs.
Yeah. Yeah, enter food name here. Fuck it. Strudel.
Mike only knows one word in Mad Libs. Swear to God, it's defenestrate. That's the only word you ever say.
He's used it like 27 times in Mad Libs in the past.
Well, I just look around the room and I just pick a thing.
No, you look around the room and you just repeat what Grant said 2 fucking choices ago.
Microphone, light.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we're not playing Mad Libs. We're looking at this beer, which is kind of hazy and a really pretty golden color.
What are you smelling there, Andrew?
I'm not actually getting much off the scent, but
yeah, it feels a little bit muted.
Yeah,
maybe a
I get a
little
little pine, but
pine, some honey. There's like a fruit note that's like, I mean, a passion fruit or something weird.
I'm getting a lot of light citrus notes. There's a bit of a lemony tone to it. Tangerine by way of like Gugon.
Gugon. Holy shit.
Or that orange clean, that one that's like got sand in it to get the grease off your hands.
Yeah, any one of those weird orange-based cleaners.
Oh, Papalardo said brisk iced tea. I get that. I think that's a good note. Oh, Ryan says a little peach candy.
It's weird because it does have this floral, grassy, noble, hoppy thing, but that mandarin of Bavaria is really throwing me off because it's giving me some of that oily orange stuff in a place that I don't really feel it belongs. I don't know. It feels like it's clashing a little bit with that noble hop aroma.
So sometimes you can cover your glass, you can swirl it, and then kind of burp it out to your nose. Get a little more, and I get some cinnamon when I do that.
So 2 have stuck out to me in the comments. Papalardo with the brisk iced tea.
Right.
I'm getting a lot of that in the flavor. And Erica Anton with the Honey Smack cereal.
Oh,
there is a weird cereal quality that runs through the center of this. There's a pretty substantial malt profile to this, and it's mostly that cereal quality.
Sean says a little dandelion. I like that note too.
Yeah, I was almost gonna say that it's got this like spring mix, that those leafy greens that you get for salads that have dandelion and spinach and that other thing. I forget the other leafy green, but
there's only 2.
No, there's another leafy green.
Lettuce.
Maybe lettuce.
We're sipping. We're drinking now.
Yeah, I've been drinking. I've been trying to figure this thing out.
It's like a little thick almost.
A little bit. And a little bit
gross.
Medicine-y, not really aspirin, but like
viscous.
There's some kind of chewing on a painkiller pill thing going on, along with oranges, and it's really like oily orange.
There's an herbal quality that's almost like Ricola or something like that too. And minty almost in the finish.
Rubio, you put a call out for what that green leafy thing might be.
Yeah.
We have arugula.
Oh, yeah.
Arugula. also arugula,
Okay.
Bellini maybe, collards.
Mm-hmm.
So, your
I think
kale.
with leafy green talk. More of the ones. Bring them.
Oh, fuck you, John.
Oh my god. I think arugula is where I'm going with. That kind of mix of greens.
We need more of the puns. Don't leave us hanging.
You son of a bitch. How dare you?
This is fucking weird, man.
Yeah,
I was excited about this because it felt like, oh man, fucking unfiltered lager. I really like those. I don't really like this one.
Let us stop that talk right now.
Thanks,
Nope.
Brian. Thanks.
Nope.
If I need your help, I'll ask you again, Brian.
Yeah, it feels discordant. Like,
Yeah.
this sweet note is playing poorly with whatever kind of citrusy note is going on here. And then there's this almost mealiness to the texture. And overall, I'm like, I don't know. Do I want to drink more of this? Or do I want to go back to that Boston Lager, which was slamming?
It feels a little heavy-handed, with the bitterness, with the oiliness of some of those hop flavors, I guess. I don't know. What do you think, Andrew?
Andrew, what would you drink that? Where would you want to drink this? What context?
You can't kill yourself.
On top of a building about to
As I fly through the air.
too dark.
You imagine how shitty it'd be if this was the last thing you ever drank.
Yeah. It's the sweetness and the bitterness don't go well together, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
It has like kind of that tree almost, like kind of like sappy. I feel
Okay.
like
Right.
it's like that sappy that doesn't go with that kind of like that sweet flower flavor. It doesn't go well together, I feel like.
It also
Maybe
feels really sluggish too.
Yeah.
And if
Maybe
there's
with some
something that
cheese.
what's that?
With some
Cheese, maybe.
Cheese. Okay.
So it has like that wine, like when you have like a really heavily alcoholed wine,
Mhm.
that gives it that very oily flavor to it, or that oily mouthfeel.
Yeah, I feel like if I have this with cheese, it needs to also be with like the honeycomb and like some grapes or something. Things that would cut the bitterness in a cheese would also serve well to cut the bitterness in this beer, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think that this would go well with gator wrestling? Is that what you guys are doing?
That's the golden ale's for.
I do really like the way this beer smells. Like I keep going and smelling it with some big inhales, and it's got this great mealy, cereally sort of aroma to it. But then I get burnt every time I drink it.
Mm-hmm.
This beer, Erica says, this beer is best enjoyed in a baseball stadium when it's the only craft option available. That feels only all too real.
Damn.
Dude, that is a perfect description for the flavor profile of this beer. It feels like
that, totally fills up the hot dog stand.
Yeah, it feels like that big crafty fucking choice that the baseball stadium decided to fill up all their taps with.
When this is on tap, you reach for the shock top. Like, oh.
Yeah, it's one of those beers that when you see this on the fucking craft tap, you end up going for the Miller Lite.
Mm-hmm. I think with these last two beers, I don't like Sam Adams beers when they have too much going on. I like the first two probably the best out of all of them because of their simplicity and just how easy they drink.
I mean, maybe the problem is that we're just thinking it was going to be a good game day, and really game day. Full of shitty beers.
really fell apart in the last half.
I know.
Yeah, if your team's losing, you may as well just feel bitter about it. That's what they're catering
Maybe
to.
that's the strategy. Like the last 2 beers are the beers that you're either like if your team's winning, you're too fucking overjoyed to know it sucks. But if your team is doing terribly, you feel too bad to know that this beer kind of sucks.
You just drink enough of it to forget.
Oh yeah. Steve Papalardo, more like lame day.
I'm gonna drink enough of this Boston lager to forget the rest of this.
Fuck yeah, I am too. Andrew, are you having a decent night?
I am, yeah. Just finished my final test of my final midterms. So
Oh yeah.
Hey, congrats, man. That's great.
yeah.
What's your what are you going to school for?
Gator wrestling.
Trumpet and music business.
Oh, right on, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You could learn that shit for free from a blind dude in a bad part of town. He says no. No, I can't. I need to go to school for this.
I feel like this is the setup for a movie.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah! This is literally what the hell's that movie?
Whiplash.
Yeah, this is Whiplash. You're that Whiplash kid. Your music teacher's gonna beat the shit out of you for like not trumpeting right now. God damn it, man! I'm so fucking excited for your trumpet career. That's great.
Looking forward to it.
That's super cool, man.
Yeah, it is really cool. I used to play the drums, and I really wish that I could do that for money, but then I sold my drums to go to fucking proper school.
What did you go to school for?
Which is great because look at how it turned out.
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer. I went to school for graphic design.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is barely proper school, let's be fucking honest. I know about fucking fonts and shit, bro.
I too went to school for graphic design, if that says anything.
Ask me about my radio, TV, film degree.
That's a shirt that says, no, seriously, I need a job.
Mike double majored in radio, film, TV, and Magic the Gathering.
I made $800 off of all my Magic cards, which is more than my degree made me.
Yeah, did you pay off your student loans with that? You fucking
Andrew, you've been drinking through all of these with us, right?
Yeah, I have.
What do you think overall of this game day pack?
Oh, I like the Boston Lager.
It's a pass.
Yeah.
I really like the first two, man. It's just that these last two, they just felt more and more awkward.
Yeah, I know the Alpine Lager is the new one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they should put it out again.
No, hell no.
Also, the cold snap is just they're trying to do too much with what it is.
Yeah,
they're trying to make their own. Yeah.
I've had better white ales from Samuel Adams. Like I've had a white ale from them that was better.
Yeah.
They've probably
says she could fuck with a golden ale.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's a couple good ones, a couple stinkers.
Mm-hmm. Well, Andrew, thank you. I'm gonna fucking hang on. Let me just excuse Andrew.
Okay.
Because we gotta get close to closing this fucking show out.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for listening.
Good to meet
thank
you, Andrew.
You too.
Thank you for checking out all those minis and shit, and play us a little Toodaloo on the trumpet sometime.
All right.
That's not a thing one asks.
What do you mean? Why can't I ask him to play us a Toodaloo on the trumpet at some point?
It's unsavory. It's uncouth.
It's not uncouth. It's couth as fuck. It's me. Dude, I like trumpets. I do like trumpets.
Just still say Toodaloo.
No, I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't know what the fucking industry term for a fucking Toodaloo on the trumpet is.
Anyway, Andrew, thanks for joining us. I guess this is time for us to say Toodaloo.
If I was a drummer and he said, "Hey, could you at some point fucking send me a little plippity plappy on the drums?" I'd be like fucking happy to do it because nobody ever asks me for that.
Hey, little curveball. I invited one more person to join us.
Oh shit!
For our ratings and recommendations.
Okay, who is it?
It's Nate.
Hey,
Nate.
What's up, guys?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm fucking drunk right now.
You're drunk because it's fucking game day, bitch.
Yeah, so I don't drink this fast normally.
Yeah.
So I was just like, God, Lord, much respect to y'all.
Dude, we usually go faster than this because we're not talking to like a new person every fucking beer we think, review.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so we go like real fucking fast, but depending on the show, depending on the beer, sometimes we'll only drink like 4 or 5 ounces at a time. Sometimes the beer's so good, you're like, oh, I just fucking blew through a 16-ounce can in 5 minutes.
Yeah, like I was holding really well with like the first 2. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. This is fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second half, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, sometimes by the end of an episode, I'm like, hold on to me, Chombley. And he's like, my name's Grant, dude. My name's not Chombley. Like, hold me, Chombley.
I would just say a little pro tip is always show your bottle on camera, but then off camera, just pour some colored water into your glass, and people are none the wiser about what you're actually drinking.
See, I'm not a bitch, so I actually drank those.
Got him.
Well, that's fair. I am a bitch, so but I'm a very hydrated bitch. So
True.
He definitely looks more like a bitch than a Chombley. Yeah, this is the last of my golden ale. Like I have like 3.5 more ounces left, or actually 4. It says it's got a 4 ounce there. Yeah.
My name is Chombley now. Thanks.
But yeah, I think I feel the same way as everybody else who's said that they're kind of okay with the first half of this and not really that okay with the second half.
Yeah.
Is it time?
Yeah, let's do it.
Recommendations?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wish I had a sweet graphic to go with this.
Do you?
I don't.
I
mean, I can still put this guy in here.
I have Photoshop opened up right now. I could whip something up for you.
Oh fuck! Okay.
All right. Everyone, just hold still for 20 minutes while we get a graphic from him.
I know, right? No.
We're gonna just fucking stop for 24 minutes. Hey, okay. While we're doing our recommendations, I want people in the comments to put their recommendations in for the beers that we're talking about. And it's something we do at the end of every episode. And we want you to join us this time to give your personal recommendation for whether these beers individually are a buy, a try, a die. Buy, try, sigh, or die. I fucked it up. I say it every week and I fucked it up. Buy, try, sigh, or die. And sometimes we do a best of the beers thing. Don't worry about it this time. I don't think anybody's gonna nominate fucking shit, except for maybe the Boston Lager. Just saying, I like that beer a lot. But this week, I think we're gonna start with Grant, and we're gonna start with the beer that we drank first, which was this Golden. What do you think of this?
Give me a second. Let me taste this again.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You already drank it.
Let me think. These are noises that people like.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is overall a pretty nice beer. I would give it a high try, I suppose. I think it's solid. It's not a huge winner, but it's a nice one. I think Angelica said she fucks with that beer. I get that. I feel it.
This is a high try for me. It's my second favorite beer of the evening. This is a easy drinker. It's clean. Tastes good. I went back in for another sip just now. I feel like it tastes better than it did when we first started. It's a high try.
And we're going counterclockwise. So Nathan, what do you think?
Okay. Yeah, I would say like high try, like borderline buy for me. I think like it had like a very dry, like champagne feel to it. White wine, that kind of thing. Not super bad, but it was I wouldn't buy it on a regular basis, but definitely a good try.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think once in a while, this beer is gonna hit the spot, and it's a beer that I can see. It's unique enough that I can see myself actually craving this flavor. So I'm gonna put it at a high try. It's really good. The next beer we drank was Boston Lager. Classic fucking beer. Grant.
Buy it. Beer of the night. BOTN. I liked it a lot. I'm not nominating it for best of the beers, but it's a solid beer.
I'm nominating this for beer of the night.
Is it enough?
You have no idea how many times I've edited Mike out saying that exact phrase.
This is a buy for me. It's probably the best beer they make. I'll go out on a limb and say that it's delicious. It's a great beer.
Yeah, I would say it's a buy for me as well. It feels like when I had it, it made me feel like this is like the quintessential idea of what a beer is.
Yeah, it tastes like beer, right?
Yeah.
It's a buy. It's a fucking classic, and it's still really damn good. It holds up. It's one of those few beers out there that is American in origin, took off really big, and still holds up like an old school, top of its fucking style sort of beer, like style exemplar. This is so
it's a
good.
great Vienna lager.
Yeah, it's great. And
Now
I have another sip of it.
Yeah, it's your turn to talk.
I know. Sam Adams Cold Snap was what we drank next. That was that. I don't even know what the fuck that was. Oh, that was that 10 fruits and spices and florals. Fucking white ale.
Spices, right? I don't know. That's a sigh, I guess, for me. It's it tastes like Fruity Pebbles a little bit, but otherwise, I don't want to drink it too much. So, sigh. Let me go with sigh.
I didn't hate it as much as I expected to based on the aroma. It's a very, very low try. High sigh. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think for me, I think it's a die. Like it wasn't interesting at all. Like it just was confusing when I was drinking it, and no, I think they need to take it back to the drawing boards and redo it.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that a sigh. It wasn't very good. Like nothing about it got me excited, and it could frankly use a demuddying, by taking out some of those adjuncts. I do have
too many fruits. John Reynolds says too many fruits.
Too many fruits, florals, and whatever the fuck else they said. I got to point out that some people are talking about cherry wheat, and cherry wheat was a piece of shit. Steve Papalardo mentioned it. Eric Anton mentioned it. Do you guys fucking remember that cherry wheat? That's a fucking old school one.
That was like the Robitussin one, right?
Dude, yes, it sucked.
I don't remember this.
Oh my god.
Oof.
I will say that Rich Murphy says, sigh, I have nothing witty to say, which is pretty witty.
He's right.
Stop it. Yeah, no.
The final beer we drank, Sam Adams Alpine Lager. Is that where we're at now? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Grant, you're refreshing your memory of this beer.
I mean, it's not necessarily a die. It's not like, oh, get out of my mouth, what the hell? But it is a sigh. It's a pretty solid sigh. It's boring, and I would prefer to not drink that again. I think Erica had one of the best reviews of it, saying it was that one craft beer at a baseball stadium. Very accurate.
It's a low sigh for me. Yeah, I didn't like this one at all. Probably my least favorite of the four.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say for me, like it's a sigh. Like I don't know. I didn't like it that much. It was better than the Cold Snap, but besides that, I don't care for it.
I will say that Christian Del Marter said it's a Jamiroquai for me. That's really good.
Which, if you're not Grant, that's a very hard sigh. I do have to say that's a hard sigh. And he's right. It's a hard sigh. Oh, normally you'd say sigh, but fuck, it's a weird time. It's because they tried. Okay, I get it.
That's very kind.
No, it's a fucking hard Robert Redford, like, latter career sigh. It's just not good.
Get out of my mouth, the ending tag of the cum pod.
I would never say anything like that.
No.
It'd be like, out, get of my mouth.
Get of my mouth.
Alternate ending tag for cum pod.
Man,
Hard sigh.
we should start Compod right after this and keep Nate on.
Oh, we can.
We'll just keep Nate on the microphone.
Yeah.
And
I'll rate everything, judge it, make sure that it's all good.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Denton.
Oh, okay.
right on.
So we could drive you samples in like 2 hours.
Right, exactly.
And we could start Compod at 12:30 p.m.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cum pod sponsored by Gugon.
There you
Is there a product that brings goo back?
Yeah, Compod.
Yeah.
Yeah, Compod. Yeah.
Did you get too much of your goo gone? Well, bring some of that goo back with Compod.
Mike and I will come to your house and give you a nice diacetyl rub.
I don't understand. Angelica, I don't understand what I'm down to Compod means.
Nice.
That could mean so many things, and I also just want that shirt. I want the shirt that says I'm down to Compod. Oh God. Nate, thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate it, guys.
I appreciate your candor, your beauty, and your delicateness.
I appreciate it. You know, last time I was on the live stream, we confirmed that I am your son, so it's just reflecting you.
I don't remember a single bit of that.
Well, you were fucking drunk, so there you go.
Yeah. I usually hit the live. I feel naked without my fucking 1 liter.
True.
On this live stream.
Angelica has clarified what she meant.
Oh,
I'm DTF.
okay, cool, man.
Listen,
I love you right now.
It's
we'll put you on the shirt too.
Patreon.com/Mike and Grant.
Yeah, we'll put you on the shirt, and can we on the back of the shirt say "use this if no towel"?
Yes.
Okay, now we can.
Hey, should we? Do you guys want to do like a live stream after this, just for a few minutes, or not really?
What do you like on the same episode, or do we need to start a new one?
No, I mean just like a fucking not a new, like we start a new one. We close this off because this is the episode, and we start a new thing.
Yeah, let's hang out.
Yeah, we can just hang out a little bit.
Yeah, that's the end, folks. We did it. We got through the show.
Look, Grant looks exhausted.
No, it's okay. I just gotta set it all up here. It's fine.
Oh, that's not a big deal. You just put a couple
bleeps.
You just type a couple bleeps and bloops in your computer.
Beeps and boops.
Your computer.
Oh, no.
Staying on brand.
Do not disperse the cum pod.
Oh my God. Okay. So you're gonna start a new thing. It's gonna be a live thing, and it's gonna be Cum Pod episode 1.
I guess.
And we'll put it out. It'll be live, but we'll also put it out as a mini. Remember how I made you guys eat bugs last time?
I do.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I wasn't there, but I have had bugs.
Yeah. I've had cum before.
Oh, we've all heard the story.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that everybody knows.
On the next episode of Cum Pod.
It's hard to have a private life when you're so public.
Very true. So, like, fun fact, like sometimes I'll just turn on podcasts like right before I go to bed.
I thought you were gonna say eat cum.
No, no, I have not been that high to do that yet. But no, like there was one night it was going through the podcast and like y'all were on, and then I was literally falling asleep to Rubio telling his cum story. And I'm pretty sure I had some pretty bad nightmares because of that.
I don't blame you.
They were wet dreams.
Yeah.
I want to. Oh man,
you can watch our numbers dropping as we keep talking about cum pod. I'm not sure about the marketing of the show.
You know what's really great is that we've already recorded the episode we're releasing next week. I just finished edit. Huh?
I was gonna say we have a week off, but maybe that's not how this works.
No, we don't have a week off.
Okay.
So I finished editing it today, and the ending of that show, I think I just need to say it now. I need to reiterate it now. This thing you're going to hear in the future, just do the thing at the ending. When I say I need everybody at the very same time and we have to figure out a time for this to happen, to do a Kegel squeeze, everybody on the planet at the same time, because that'll bring us all closer together.
I'm doing it now.
No, we got to do it. I know you're always doing it, Mike.
This is not for some noble cause like prostate cancer. It's just you being gross.
Mike literally has that one bulging vein that goes from his asshole to like all the way up his dick because of all the times he's just fucking squeezing his hemorrhoids.
I would pass a lie detector test with flying colors right now.
I know, because your asshole's chewing gum.
Do I need to hit the wrap it up button here, or?
Oh, I think we probably should wrap it up. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, everybody else who joined us. Thank you, everybody who got on camera with us and reviewed beers, and everybody who's just watching and listening to us do this fucking dumb shit.
Everybody do your Kegels.
Everybody, please just get that fucking training. I wanted to sound like 1 million people clapping across the planet.
There is a link for an after show. I posted it in the comments, but I'm pretty sure if you just go back to our main page, you'll just see it at the top of that page, and you can join there.
You did? Okay, so you posted in the comments?
Yeah, we'll probably go live about like 5 minutes after we end this.
I'm gonna put it. Okay, so I'm gonna go to thebeeristspodcast.com/live and update that link.
Cool. You gonna do that while we're trying to wrap it up with this episode?
Oh, I'll do it after. Thank you, everybody, for listening. You guys are amazing. Grant, you're good at this.
All right, are we out?
Yes.
We're out. Bye, guys.
Bye.